I don't exist. So they're all characters that I've played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. You know, Jim Carrey was a less intentional character because I thought I was just building something that people would like, but it was a character.
The struggle to be authentic on YouTube. I just literally sat down and made this video. I wasn't planning on it. And the reason I am here now talking to you is because today I was sitting in my office and I was scripting out, I'd pretty much finished a script for a video. And that video was going to be about 5 tips on how to basically become more successful on YouTube. And the 5 tips were based on things you can actually measure and change rather than just things that you hear out online and you hear in other videos that just tell you to do this and this and your channel will blow up, and of course you follow those things and nothing happens. And when I was writing this script, I'd made it very fact-based and very as fast as I could. You know, don't want to waste anybody's time. That's another thing you hear, right? Don't waste people's time, respect their time or whatever. What does that even mean? I mean, you know, it's the person who's watching who decides whether you're respecting their time or not and whether they're enjoying your content. So what does that mean? Just do everything as fast as you can? Doesn't seem to make much sense to me, because the other thing you'll hear a lot is be authentic. Well, are you being authentic if you're trying to rush through a video and literally just give all the facts and not do anything else? Are you being yourself? If you haven't injected anything of your own personality or anything into it, then you're not being yourself. And maybe you're not a person who just throws out facts, you know, as quickly as they can and then on to the next video in 30 seconds. I watched some of my son's videos that he makes. He's 12 and he makes, you know, good stuff about mountain biking. He just jumps off things basically. But his transitions and stuff, it's like I literally can't read what's on the screen before he transitions to another slide and stuff. And maybe people who are, you know, his age can or don't care. But for people in my target audience of 40 plus, do you really want things as fast as possible? Do you want people to rush through videos with no sense of who they are or no connection with them? I don't know. I don't think maybe that most of you do. And if you do, that's probably not the right audience for me. So when you're sitting there thinking to yourself, when you're all alone and you're just wondering like, what am I trying to do here? Then maybe you need to take a look and say, am I happy with what I'm doing here? Is this me? And you know, you can put out different types of videos. You can put one that's pure facts, serious, quick as you can do it. You know, in, out, done, and that doesn't go anywhere. And then you do a video where you think, well, I'll inject a bit of my personality into it. You know, maybe a bit of comedy almost, and have a bit of a laugh with people. And that doesn't do anything either. And so I think that until YouTube's actually found some people for you, it doesn't really matter what you do, does it? Does it? I don't know. I'm kind of telling myself and asking myself at the same time. I'm asking you, what do you think? Because there's no sense sometimes of what is actually the right thing to do. Should you be authentic or not? I mean, when I say not, I mean, you're not, it's not that you're not being yourself. You're reading, you know, you're putting your video out there and you're creating it yourself. But does it actually come across properly as who you think you are? And I think when you're chasing what everybody else tells you you should be doing, then you're probably not being authentic, right? Because take the example of, you know, you need to do a hook and it needs to attract people in the first 30 seconds and your thumbnails need to be this and all these other things that you hear. And then you just get someone who posts a thumbnail picture of themselves with no text. The video description doesn't exist. They don't reply to any comments, all this other stuff. And yet somehow, you know, they're on 20k subscribers. And I got there in 10 weeks. But you didn't follow any of the advice that you hear out there. So is it more important, I think, to be authentic and be yourself than it is to listen to all this stuff? Probably is. So let me know, guys, what you think, because it's just a thought for the day thing that I had when I was sitting there trying to make a video and second guessing myself the whole way through. And I don't think I'm the only one that does that. And so I'm just going to literally probably put this out there as it is. There might be a couple of silences I cut out, but otherwise it's just going to be unedited and it is what it is. And I'll probably just go and upload it almost straight away. And just see what you guys think. Probably no one will watch it anyway, so who cares? Right? But if you do, and if you are, you know, have any sort of similar thoughts, then let me know down in the comments. You know, how do you deal with this sort of stuff? Like, how do you deal with second guessing yourself? How do you deal with being authentic or not being authentic? How do you deal with all the advice you get on YouTube? Let me know, because it'd be an interesting thing for me to look at, and you know, maybe I can take your ideas and thoughts and make some kind of video out of that as well. So yeah, hope this has been helpful. Probably hasn't. Literally just threw out a video. I'm going to go now. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Take care.